You know, growing up, I always felt like the odd man out. When I found that smoking weed and drinking alcohol alleviated that pressure, alleviated that stress, I clung on to it. And ultimately, as I got older, I just started finding harder and harder drugs. I remember getting into an argument with my mom, and she asked me, "Why are you doing this?" And I said, "I'm just getting started." The last 2 years of my addiction was just me trying to hide my meth and fentanyl use from my family, from my girlfriend, and it's not super easy to do. So I was at a trap house, I came to on the couch, and I looked across and I saw my dad sitting there. And I would have thought that he would have been infuriated, but he wasn't. He just had the most calm, peaceful look on his face, and he just looked at me and he said, "What are we gonna do?" About at that time, my family had learned about Hope is Alive. I didn't want anything to do with it at first. I knew that it was faith-based, knew that it was structured. The word accountability was not in my vocabulary. Looked at these other places. None of these places come close to meeting what Hope is Alive is. I was pretty stubborn for the first few months I was there. I was still very resistant to hearing anything about God. Finally, we had our first culture night. I was just sitting there sweating, heart beating, gripping my chair, and I knew what I was feeling, and I hated it. I was like, no, but I got up, and it just that moment of not doing what I wanted to do and doing what God was calling me to do led to this just sense of relief. And really from that point forward is when things really started to change for me. God had been a parent in my life the entire time, but for once I could finally see it. My relationship with my family today is amazing. They feel like they have their son back. I've never been closer to them in my life. In my addiction, I would have never thought that I could make a good leader. I would have never thought that I could be any good to myself, let alone other men that struggle with the same thing that I struggle with. I'm so blessed. It's crazy that, one, I'm still alive, and two, that I get to live this life of just waking up truly excited and joyful every day to get to help the guys in the homes that I oversee, to get to be a part of something this big and amazing. I never thought that I would be able to say this, but today I can truly say that anything is possible.